Hey superstar, it's Gavin Speaks. You are not a human. We believe that we are human. We believe that we are the five senses. The five senses being the taste, the smell, the sight, the touch, and the hearing. We are not the five senses. We are beyond the five senses. We've been trained since school that we are only the five senses. What about the sixth sense? What about the seventh sense? What about the eighth sense? What about clairvoyance? What about clairsentient? What about claircognizant? What about clairaudient? Right? When people have near-death experiences and they transcend time, they transcend duality, they start to see the past, the future, and the now. They're able to tap into all of it. Right? They're able to tap into alternative realities. When you go to sleep, you're tapping into alternative realities. But they want us to believe that my name is Gavin, this is my flesh, human being, this is my hand, this is my mind, this is my voice, my, me. And when we look at science, when we look at spirituality, we know everything is energy. Right? We're made up of atoms. We're made up of energy. We're made up of vibration. We're made up of frequency. So everything you're seeing in your reality is energy. Is energy. Is God. Is the universe. Is the cosmos. Is the Most High. Is everything and nothing at the same time. And Nikola Tesla says, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. But he also went on to say that if we spent more time studying the realm beyond the sight, the realm beyond the senses, we would excel in science, we would excel in spirituality. He might have not said the spirituality part, but he said you will excel in science significantly. But yet we want to get science from the mind, science from the ego, and not from the core, not from the source, not from God, not from the universe, not from the Most High. And so many of us are born disconnected from the real reality, the isness, God. Some of us go to religion, some of us go to church, some of us go to mosques, and we learn about God, and we learn about how to be better people, how to operate in this reality. But then again, that's all coming from a book. And not to put down or make less the power of the Bible or the power of the Quran or any of these religions. They have very powerful teachings in them. But a book is someone's idea. A book is someone's history. A book is someone else's interpretation through their five senses. So books, for the most part, are kind of irrelevant to who you truly are. You are not human. Books are powerful to help guide us, but they are not the core of what we need to be learning from. All of us need to be tapped in to the Most High, God. We are not humans. We are pure awareness. We are infinite beings. We are infinite awareness. And the number one thing that we all have in common, we all have a heart, right? We all have lungs. We all have this stuff. But the number one thing that we all have in common is pure awareness. Come back to the now, here, now, presence. Wake up. You're here, right? And know that you can become aware of your eyes. Know that you can become aware of your voice. Know that you become aware of yourself. Know that you can become aware of anything. You are the awareness that sees the voice. You are the awareness that sees the stuff in your brain. You are the awareness that sees this reality. But we think we are the brain. We think we are the senses. We are not the senses. We are the awareness of the senses. And as soon as you can transcend the senses, You have now taken back your power, because what the inorganic ones do is they train us to be in touch with our senses, which is very important, by the way, to be in touch with your senses. But they train us to, they program us to be in touch with the 3D, with the third dimension, with their agenda, with their, what they think is right. Toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity is in males and females, okay? We are duality, we are the isness, we are the feminine dynamic and the masculine dynamic. And what's happened in this reality is we're trying to push away mother. We're trying to push away Mother Earth. We're trying to get rid of the seed inside of the fruits, inside of the plants. We're trying to make, you know, all of these things without the intelligence of Mother Nature, and not realizing its power, because we're not tapping in to things beyond the senses and understanding where we are really at. And now they're creating the metaverse. Meta means above, verse means a part of a song. Meta vibration, right? Above vibration. And we want to be plugged into above vibration, above God. There's nothing above God. God is. And so they want us to be plugged into this inorganic system called the metaverse, and becoming the vibrational frequency of some ego-based construct that believes it's above God. And so we're becoming more and more disconnected. It started off with the newspapers, right? Started off with the radio, right? And they started to program us. They started to use propaganda. They started to put whatever news they want. They started to print whatever their agenda was, whatever sells the newspaper, whatever sells you listening to the radio station, they're going to sell that. And now that programs your mind through the 5 senses to have a certain perspective about our reality, and not God's perspective on reality. Before all of this, before the newspaper, before the radio, before the lie vision tells lies on your vision, we had each other. We had the Most High. We were tapped in. And I believe there were, you know, very advanced civilizations before the human came to be, with the toxic masculinity trying to get rid of Mother Earth, trying to get rid of the feminine dynamic. The feminine dynamic is always first in our reality. In fact, the feminine dynamic is where everything begins. And we need to understand this, okay? The heart is the first organ to grow in the human body. The heart is feminine, right? The heart's electromagnetic energy is 60 times more powerful than the electromagnetic energy from the brain. The brain is the masculine. And so when it comes to manifesting and the law of attraction, we want to work from the heart space and not from the head space. The head space is what they're teaching us through the schooling system, tricking our brains with the 5 senses, thinking that we're human when really we are human. Light man, H-U-E, hue, man, light man, pure awareness, infinite consciousness. We are a part of what they call God, the universe, the Most High. But they want us to forget our power and be tapped into their metaverse, to be tapped into their inorganic ways. Come back to truth. Come back to who you really are. You see, the fear of death comes from the ignorance of life. I'm going to say that again. The fear of death comes from the ignorance of life. You do not die. You never have lived. You just is. You are infinite consciousness. And so when we pass here, we're not dying, we are transforming. We are transcending. We are transmuting. We are becoming something different. You know, I was just talking to my grandma with my mum just yesterday, and she was talking about my grandfather who passed away recently, who now, my grandfather came to my grandmother, and my grandmother felt his presence. He's just in a different realm. He's just in a different reality. And there's so many videos from people like Dolores Cannon who will teach you or teach and discuss that there's life beyond death, and also people who have near-death experiences. They will tell you that there's more to this reality. I've personally done the ayahuasca, right? Ayahuasca is very powerful. Mother Nature, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, Mother Ayahuasca. Once you take some of that, you know for a fact there's way more than the five senses, than what we're picking up from this reality. And science has proven that we can only see a certain spectrum of light, we can only hear a certain spectrum of sound. You see, and so a dog can hear certain frequencies that we can't hear. And so we're all interpreting reality differently. Animals are interpreting reality different to us, and so we got to realize that we are more than this construction that we're in called the brain and the senses, and that we are way more than that, right? We are way bigger than that. It's just that this particular computer program that we have in our brain can only interpret and understand certain things. It's just like your laptop or your iPhone or whatever it is can only understand a certain level of thing. The same as our brain. Even though our brains are significantly powerful, right, it can only understand a certain spectrum. But when we tap in and we go to sleep and we come out of the ego mind and we come out of this limited mind, what happens, right? We're able to astral travel. We're able to tap into other alternative realities. We're able to tap into our Akashic records. There's certain spiritual beings, psychics, that can tap into your whole life. They can tap into what's in your house. They can tell you what's inside of your house. If you've lost something, they can tell you exactly where it is. Right? There's people like this. How do they know? How do they know how to do this? How do they tap into this? Well, everything is energy, everything is frequency, and you can tap into it. I know I personally can tap into anyone and read their energy. That's why I offer the free energy reading in the description, and I can determine what vibrational frequency you resonate at on this planet, and how that's affecting your ability to manifest with the law of attraction, and your ability to create what it is that you want. And a lot of us that come in for this energy reading, your vibration is way too low. And I'm talking about your core vibration. I'm not talking about you being happy. I'm not talking about you feeling good. I'm talking about your actual vibration. Based on all of the things that have happened to you up until now, is going to affect your actual core vibration. If you were a violin that's out of tune, it wouldn't be playing well when you're playing it, before the orchestra or whatever it is. And then you would have to tune your frequency. You would have to tune your violin to be in alignment with the orchestra, so that you're playing in harmony with Mother Nature, or in harmony with the orchestra, harmony in nature. Your vibrational frequency is now in harmony with nature. And when you're in harmony with nature, now you're in harmony with abundance. When you're in harmony with abundance, you attract all of those things that you want into your life. So as long as it's not ego-based, ego-driven, you are now working with God and not against God. Okay, you can manifest whatever you want into your life, but it's better when it comes through you, not to you. That's not been taught by the third dimension. It's been taught by nothing and everything. It's coming from God. It's coming from the Most High, which is what I call heart-based manifestation. Manifesting from the feminine dynamic rather than from the masculine dynamic. In this world, we're manifesting too much from the masculine dynamic, and it's creating inorganic ways of being. And we wonder why we're suffering, because we're getting rid of the feminine dynamic. We're getting rid of the womb man, and this affects us on a deep level. So a lot of us, we disconnect from God, we disconnect from the Most High. And as soon as that happens, we become inorganic, right? The moment you are in ego, acronym for ego, edging God out. As soon as you're in ego, you're edging God out. You're moving away from God. As soon as you're disconnecting from truth, it's going to create suffering. And so we need to come back to ourselves, learn how to manifest in a way that's congruent with God, Learn how to manifest it in a way that's congruent with the Most High. Follow our heart, follow our bliss. These sayings don't come out of nowhere. You want to be integral. You want to have integrity with your manifestations. You want to have integrity in your life and not creating disharmony on the planet. You can manifest large amounts of money, large amounts of success. Of course, you can have wealth, abundance. You can have the relationships that you want. You can have all of these things. But connecting with the Most High in order to make that happen. Co-create your reality rather than becoming an individual, right? Trying to get your wants and needs met. Okay, you're more powerful than getting your wants and needs met, right? You know, if you think in terms of money, you want an abundance of money. You want, you know, to pay the bills. You want to take care of your kids, take care of your family, go to charities and all this stuff, right? You're already spending money looking at the price, right? Meaning you're limiting how much, what you can have. You're not saying I'll get that one day. You're saying I can't afford that. I can't have that. I can't. You're putting limitations on yourself. I can't afford that right now. No, I'm going to get that soon. I can't wait to get that. Everything that you want and see in your reality, you can have it. Everything. Stop limiting what you can have. Stop limiting what you can be. Keep choosing to be in the state of abundance. You are not human. You are a human, a light man, a light being, pure consciousness, pure awareness. And pure awareness is just infinity. It's infinity. It's infinity. It's infinite. It's infinite. Infinity. 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 So get affinity with your infinity. Right? Get close with who you truly are, and then you realize, oh, I'm free. All right? I know a lot of you are being called to become more congruent with yourself, become more congruent with truth, with love, with the Most High, with abundance, with wealth, with romantic relationships. You want to become more congruent. You don't want to feel weird about it. You want to be able to manifest and feel grounded within your manifestations, feel really powerful and come from the heart space. And so the first step is to get the free energy reading and the manifestation diagnosis session in the description to find these money blocks, to find how to get closer to God, to be more aligned with truth and manifest in a powerful way, heart-based way. All right. And so I'm going to be reading your energy, your vibration, where you resonate at. And then you're going to know, hey, this is where I resonate at. I need to be here. How do I get here so that I can manifest whatever I want, plus being in alignment with source, plus being in alignment with my heart, plus being in alignment with my bliss, my peace. All right. And so the free energy reading will be in the description. Check out my previous video over here on what to do when you see 1111. And check out my 3-part series on how to raise your vibration correctly. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.